Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a huge Whole Foods in Redmond. Like on my way home, it used to be that I would drive right
by it. Yeah.
And my son was like, "Hey, Dad, nice job going to Whole Foods when you were hungry."
All of this stuff.
Yeah.
Just to let you know,
so
I'm
true.
about to turn this light on.
Okay.
So
it's super bright.
don't want to blind you.
Thank you.
But I have a brother-in-law who works there, and he, like, when he started work there, like they were early adopter of Alexa, and they just do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
But we now have like 2 Alexas plus the new Alexa TV box.
Yeah, we have 4 Alexas in our house. And fun fact I found out the other night, because our power went off, when it comes back on in the middle of the night, because we have one in our bedroom, Alexa says hello, as like, doesn't matter if the volume's on or not, and she's like, hello. And that started happening throughout our house. I woke up in a panic, like I was like, someone's in the house. I'm like screaming at Todd, and then I was like, oh, it's just Alexa. It's fine. Yeah, it was really scary. So just know if you have one in your bedroom that she will talk to you in the middle of the night.
Here you have a little bit of bang on your forehead on your right side.
Right.
You got it.
Did that fix it?
Okay.
Right. There's a mirror way up there that I can maybe.
That's good.
Okay. Hopefully, there we go.
All right.
All right.
But, Kara, tell us about your favorite experience on Alaska Airlines.
Oh, there's so many. So I'll use one of my most recent ones. I just went to Hawaii, and it was my first time to Kona. My entire family got upgraded, which was amazing, and just getting on the flight, we were given the option of the Pog Mimosa. Really great, amazing service. They kind of like make you excited the entire time you're there. They have the flowers in their hair. They just like play up the Hawaiian theme. Great food, amazing service. And then so they had a very short delay. I think it was maybe a 20 minutes delay that we sat on the tarmac. And by the time we landed, not only were we incredibly happy and like so excited to be in Hawaii, but by the time we landed on the tarmac in Kona, we had an email saying, we're so sorry that this flight was delayed. Here's a $75 gift card or gift certificate for your next travel. So I just felt like it was like above and beyond, which is kind of what Alaska's all about. But.
Great. Any other experiences that you want to share?
No, I mean, you guys are it's such a difference between, I would say that with anytime there's an issue, the difference and the ease that your customer service agents and the flight attendants handle it is a million times better than any other flight. Like you just feel like there's somebody saying, I got you. Like I understand this is going to be really inconvenient for you in the next 24 hours, but we will take care of you, versus other airlines where you just feel like you're kind of on your own and you have to solve all the issues by yourself.
That's great.
Yeah.
Any other things that we do differently or better than other airlines?
Yeah, I mean, just adding to that, I think customer service is so much better. I think that I think the food is better. I think I'm a Northwest girl by heart, so sorry, I just stuck my mic. But I love the Northwest flair. Like I love getting on Horizon and being offered an IPA. I love that you have good wine choices, which a lot of airlines do not. I think that you just go the extra mile. I was on actually a flight yesterday coming back from DC, and I was, for some reason, all of a sudden started having this allergy attack, and the flight attendant recognized it and actually went and got me allergy medicine. It might have been his own. I probably shouldn't take pills from strangers, but it was like they went the extra mile. So I think just all of those little touches, and I also think you do better than everyone else, is the actual acknowledgement of your MVPs. Like, I have yet to get on an Alaska flight where somebody does not say to me, thank you for your service. And I do not get that on other airlines, even if I'm the same status. So, yeah.
What unique role do you think the flight attendants play in that service experience?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of it. I truly believe they're the ones they're the front line, right? They have to welcome us on board. They have to, any issues we have. And so I think the flight attendants, again, always acknowledging that. I have there every now and then, and like I said, on other flights, they don't say anything and you're like, I know I'm one of your best customers. Like just a little, it's just the tiniest things like, hey, thank you for being gold. Would you like your free drink, or here's a chocolate bar, whatever it is to acknowledge. And even if they don't do anything except for acknowledge the fact, thank you for being gold, like it goes so far. Again, just the little touches of recognizing, let me fill up your water, without, I guess, being asked. I think there's a lot of people coming from the Virgin world who like expect everything on demand because of the touch screens. So the flight attendants can kind of fill some of that, of noticing ahead of time of like, let me just get you some additional coffee, or just honestly asking, is there anything else I can do for you? I think is a huge piece to Alaska, and I think you guys do it better than anyone, but unfortunately all of that responsibility sort of lands on them. I think that also there's sometimes a disconnect between the gate agents and the flight attendants, and so like anything you can do to sort of bridge that gap. Like I've seen people ask questions of, oh, can I move seats, or my wife is here, and I get it, like you have to sort of abide by what the gate agents have told you, but the flight attendants can be really like proactive of like, oh, let me check on that for you, or let me see if we could get you upgraded, whatever the question may be.
That's great.
Yeah.
Tell us what we can do better. How do we become the best West Coast airline?
I mean, I think you guys are making some great moves. I think it's just, personally, I think it's just information, like a consistent flow of communication between you and the customer of, again, I loved the experience of like landing and having them be like, we're so sorry that was 20 minutes late, which I thought was absolutely no big deal. But any proactive of, we know this is, I know that a lot of what you're trying to do in the airlines is last minute, like you're trying to make that flight leave the gate or whatever it is. And so they kind of give you information at the last minute. And I think as a consumer, the most frustrating part is when you feel like they're not on your side. And so when you show up at the airport and you walk through security and then you get a note saying, hey, your flight's 3 hours delayed, you didn't need to leave your house. So anything you can do to sort of keep up that communication, do it earlier, I think is a huge piece. And then honestly, I think we've kind of talked about this before, but going through, the more you can like simulate a private airline experience, and that's hard to do because you're at the mercy of TSA and different airports, but I think like, again, just making the ease of the day and trying to take some stress off and helping with bags and kind of just like, you have great food and drinks when you get on board, so anything that is a personalized touch too is really great. I feel like I'm talking in circles, but I mean, also I think just I think the pre-ordering is fantastic for the food, so maybe more of that. But then I've also seen the flip side of people who didn't do that are really frustrated that they don't have their options. I personally was one of them because my husband ordered and I was like, how did you know to do that? But yeah, so anything to just make it easier and more personalized and make it feel like it really is like an experience for that particular consumer versus we're just like, I always flipping a building on its side and sending it across the ocean. You guys are at our mercy until we get there. Right. So yeah, the more custom, the better.
Great. I think we covered everything. Do you want anything else? Great.
That it? Yeah, absolutely.